What's up, guys? Today we're playing some Mono Black Ponza in Premodern. So this deck has similar vibes to the Mono Black Ponza deck in Pauper. The main difference is the payoffs. So for our payoffs, we have Braids, Cabal Minion, and we have Grinning Demon. So Braids goes really well with our strategy. We're making our opponents sacrifice their lands, sacrifice their permanents, so they're never going to be able to cast their spells. We also have to do this, but it's less painful for us. Our other payoff is Grinning Demon, which we get hit for 2 every turn, but it's a 6/6, and we're going to kill them before we end up dying. For our land destruction package, we have a set of Icequake, Rain of Tears, and Rancid Earth. Out of those 3, Rancid Earth is the only one with real text. It has Threshold, so if we do have that, we get to ping our opponent for 1 while destroying their land. One of the best black cards ever printed is Dark Ritual, and we're definitely running the set of those. We can turbo out land destruction, or we can have a turn 1 Phyrexian Arena, which we did in this league, and it felt pretty good. We have Duress for hand disruption, Innocent Blood for removal, same with Smother, and then Powder Keg's just flexible removal. And then we have Contagion for some free removal, sort of like a Black Fury. And then we have Skeletal Scrying for card draw because this deck does not mulligan well. So whatever you draw, it's what you get, and you have to live off the top of your deck sometimes. So equally as important is our mana base. So we have 2 factories for the aggression, 4 ports, and 4 wastelands, just kind of going off of that land destruction package. Oftentimes we'll be porting on turn 2 and then holding up wasteland for man lands or just any non-basic. Moving on to our sideboard, we have a lot of green hate. So Dystopia, Parish, Engineered Plague, all of these are really good against elves just because they don't use lands as often. Dystopia is really good against green or white permanents. Parish is good against green creatures. Gloom's good against those white decks, and then Engineered Plague can just name a creature, usually elf or whatever other 1/1s you might see. We have Smother for more removal, Planar Void for graveyard hate, Bottle Gnomes for burn, and then we have Furnace and Tormod's Crypt for even more graveyard hate. So that's just a quick overview of Mono Black Ponza in Premodern. Before we get into the video, I want to talk to you guys about becoming a YouTube channel member. You'll get access to a lot of cool perks like loyalty badges, cool emotes, and early access to videos like this one. Also, we are a Managed Traders content creator, so if you want to save up to 25% on your first subscription, all that information is in the description below. So if you want to see more Premodern content like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button, and let's get in the gameplay. All right, welcome to match 2. Unfortunately, I wasn't recording match 1, but we ended up beating elves. This hand, I think we can try it. Just need a payoff. So let's go Swamp, Mox Diamond, pitching Wasteland. See if this is a Sylvan Library or an Orb. Hopefully it's not a library. Oh, no plays, okay. We draw Braids. Let's just go Port. We'll pass and we'll hit their Forest. Enlightened Tutor. Oath of Druids, okay. So it's just Oath. Wait, didn't I port this? The heck? That's weird. Skeletal Scrying. We'll port this again, I think. I thought I ported this and for some reason it wasn't ported. Must have done it like at our end step or something. All right, they play Treetop. And find another port. So let's play that, eat the Treetop, then we'll pass and just tap here. All right, no extra mana. That's good. Swamp. So we could play Braids. The problem is they have the Oath. I guess we'll just pass. Tap here. Still no plays. Another Swamp. So how do we get around the Oath? Let's play Powder Keg, which we probably should have done like a while ago. Crack this, and then we'll just port them again. Like they're going to draw lands eventually. Another Mox Diamond. Pitching a land, okay. Grinning Demon. So let's cast Icequake here. Then we'll pass. We have nothing to port. Could maybe hold the land destruction until they get a man land. Another Swamp. We might just have to run them out of creatures here. Play this Swamp. So if we go Dark Ritual, Braids, into Grinning Demon, they're going to get the Oath trigger. They have to sacrifice the Mox Diamond. We just have nothing for Oath here. There's the Terravor. They're just going to end up milling out because they're going to have to sack this at their upkeep every time. So we lose 2 life, sacrifice a land, draw Duress. Let's Duress them. Oh, geez. Okay. Just Oaths, Spheres. Oh, they have a Terravor in hand, too. That's really good. Take a Sphere, I guess. We'll just pass. So you have to sacrifice the Terravor. They mill more cards. Another Terravor. Windswept Teeth. We'll tap it at end step. Grinning Demon. We take 2. Eat a Swamp. Draw another Braids. And just pass. Well, so if we pass, they can just sack the land, and then they get in with this. So let's cast Innocent Blood, discarding Grinning Demon. Now they have to sack their Windswept Teeth. All right, their last Terravor. So end step, I guess we'll Skeletal Scrying. See if we get got here. Draw 2. Oh, we draw the Smother, perfect. Sacrifice Port, Dark Ritual, Smother, Phyrexian Arena. Not even going to attack. And there we go, we mill them out. All right, so against Oath, definitely want the Parishes, the Dystopias, Because this hits the Terravores, this hits the Oaths. We want the Planar Void because that gets rid of the lands. Smother's really good. Tormod's Crypt. I don't know if Furnace is like overkill. So if we want all of this, Powder Keg's good for manland, Smother's really good. Contagion is not good. I think Powder Keg hits manlands. I think Tormod's Crypt is too much. I'll go down 4 land destruction cards as well and try that. All right, game 2, and we're going to try this. We have Powder Keg for Mox Diamonds. There we go. Discard a Factory. Let's see if they have something. Just Wasteland. Planar Void. So let's go Swamp, Planar Void. No, we'll pass. No colored mana. Interesting. Dark Ritual. So there's a couple things we could do here. We could Dark Ritual out Grinning Demon. Play the Port. See if they want a Wasteland. We could Powder Keg this. I think we Powder Keg this, honestly. Let's play the Factory. Play Powder Keg. Sacrifice it immediately. Because they're not going to be able to Wasteland because they have no mana. Oh, they find Port. They're going to Port our Swamp? Okay. Find another Swamp. Let's go Swamp. Dark Ritual. Icequake. Pass. They don't find another land. Now we can just start porting them. We can just hardcast Grinning Demon. Duress. Let's Duress. And then we could, let's say, Mox Diamond number 2. They have an Oath in hand. These are always going to be 1/1s. I think we take the Mox. They have 2 Terravores in hand. Holy crap. All right, we'll take the Mox. Play this. We'll morph this. No plays. Another Duress. We'll turn this face up and start beating it for 6. Because even if they do find a mana source, we can just smother. Dig 2. They do nothing. Innocent Blood. Activate Factory. Put them down to 6. Duress them one more time. Their hand is still just terrible. Take 7 Library. Doesn't really matter what we take. Because the only thing they can cast is Oath, and then we can just smother it. All right, cool, and we win. All right, match 3, and this is going to be an easy mulligan. 5 lands, no black card for Contagion, and just nothing. Oof. This is a 1-land hand with the rest. This deck doesn't mulligan very well. We have the Braids, triple land destruction. I'm going to be greedy. We're on the draw here, and I'm going to put back Braids, just because we don't have many resources anyway. Hopefully the Duress can save us. Opponent's on 5. You could go to 5 here too, just for a kind of better hand. Island go. Just want to hit lands. Oof, not a land. Go turn 1 Duress. They daze. Okay. So that'll slow them down a little bit at least. This could still be anything. Another Swamp's really good. So let's play that so we don't get double dazed. Duress again. Counterspell, Stifle, Knowledge. Let's take Counterspell. So if we can start making our land drops, we can just keep them off. They do have Knowledge to redraw. Come on, lands. Okay, that's a land. Start destroying all your lands with all of our cards. They're going to Knowledge here. So their hand is Stifle, 2 mystery cards. Important, okay. That'll help find them lands. They like what they see. Dark Ritual. Let's hit their last land. So now we just need to draw some action. Man lands would be good. Contagion. The opponent said Brutal. We have 1 more coming. They have another island. Contagion's not a very good draw, though. Need a manland. A Vision Charm. Choose a land type. Wait, what does that do? Powder Keg. Oh. They made our swamps tap for islands. That's really funny. So they're just on Stiflenought. So we'll take this up to 1. Another Dark Ritual. We'll Icequake them again. Still need a clock. We've blown up all their lands. Say no. Oh, that's a good one. Phyrexian Arena. That's probably like the best draw possible, honestly. Lucky for us. Okay, yeah, and they've seen enough. So we're up against Stiflenought. Don't really have anything for this matchup, do we? Smother, obviously. I think it's just Smother. Smother comes out. Contagion's not good. So we just have the Duresses to play around counterspells, but other than that, we just have to blow their stuff up. We have the Contagion, Icequake. I guess we'll keep. We have the Innocent Blood if they try to, like, cheese us. Again, we just need lands. Island go. Scrying. We'll pass. So hopefully they don't just go Stiflenought with backup. Doesn't look like that's what they're doing. Another Swamp. Let's go Port. Then we'll port them. Be cool if they didn't make land drops. They're going to port in here. All right, I really don't want to play into their daze. Do make a Swamp. Do find a Swamp. Contagion, again, not that great. Unless they try to do manland stuff. We'll pay us 1 more time. Do they have opt here? No. They did miss their land drop, so if they miss it 1 more time, we can play around daze and they don't have counterspell. Okay, that's awesome. They could always have foil, but they have to pitch a lot of cards for that. Wasteland. Let's go Swamp. Icequake. Oh, they can just daze the land. Duh. That's true. So that does take them off tempo, but like we don't really care, I guess. So that's a good play for them. Just basically like a counterspell, so it's not the biggest deal. Play Braids. This is a must counter, so they're going to counterspell this. I wish we had a duress first, but we don't. Oh, that lands, okay. Oh, chain, sure. So we're getting them to use their cards, if nothing else. They do make a land drop. Another swamp. Play Braids again. Should eat a counter this time. They gush. So that's a desperation gush. If they don't find anything, they just... Oh, they have the foil. Okay. They discard Accumulate Knowledge and an island. So we get to port them and then just start blowing up their lands, I guess. Gush also saves them from land destruction, so that's the tough part. They have Gush and Daze. Duress, okay. Finally a Duress. Oh my gosh. Gush, Gush. We have like no enchantment, so these are pretty dead cards. So let's take the Gush. That's crazy they had double Gush here. Play the Wasteland. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're gonna draw 3 here. Oh, another Duress of that. Take the other Gush, then we'll pass. The reason I don't mind doing this is because if we port this, they still have like another island to play. There's the island. So their hand is double annul, stifle, Rain of Tears. Let's go Mishra's Factory, Braids. They can always stifle this trigger, I guess, and start eating their lands. Wow, they top deck Daze. Whew. Okay. Good top deck for them. So their hand is island. Okay, they do stifle that trigger. Makes sense. Very good top deck for them. Okay, well, they're just over it anyway. All right, match 4 on the play, and this is a slower hand, but we're going to try it. We have turn 2 port into turn 3 million land destruction cards. Let's go Swamp Go. No, Mox Diamond. Yep. Dark Ritual. Damn. So we're going to have to build up a board before we can start messing with this. This is like literally the best start against us, which sucks. So let's go port, tap the factory. Wasteland on my port. Yeah. Icequake. Let's go Swamp, Dark Ritual, Icequake. Windswept Teeth, Swamp. So we just have to like never trigger this, I guess. Just like we did in the second round. Wasteland. Duress. That's a good one. Swords, Call the Herd, which they can always flash back. But if they cast Call, then we get creatures that they have to sack. Let's take Swords. Because if they cast Call, we get like Braids or Demon, which is like bigger. We'd love it if they didn't draw fetch lands. Port. They're going to port one of the swamps. Love a swamp. Dark Ritual. Guess we'll cast Dark Ritual. Eat the port. Could eat the Wasteland too, but like we're just all in swamp, so it doesn't really matter. They have the plains as well. Treetop Village. We're just going to keep eating all their stuff. Eat the treetop. They have nothing to target, so we can always kill that. No, Sylvan Library. That's so annoying. That's really hard to beat. Eat their Wasteland. Yeah, this is definitely a tough matchup because they have these 2 cards that they just happen to have in the top 15. Find a land. Another Rancid Earth. We're just going to keep going nuts with it. Keep up with the land destruction. Eventually, we can mill them out if they draw too many terror. But they can just find all the lands they need. Yeah, they found fetch lands. Another Braids. Can't even cast it because the Terravore is just way too big. So I'll just pass. They find a Wasteland. It's either Wasteland. Play the port. Start tapping their Windswept Teeth, so if we draw land destruction, they can't fetch. Okay, now they fetch. Tap the forest. All right, their Oath triggers. We do find Grinning Demon, but again, that's going to trigger the Oath. It's pretty annoying. I'm going to tap the forest down because if they want to activate this, they have to make a land drop and tap their factory. I love a Smother. We have 2 Smothers in the deck. Innocent Blood. Okay. I think we make them like hard cast Terravores. They just have too much to sack. They have 4 things to sack to Braids, and they get an Oath. Because they can activate Factory and sack it. That's the problem. All right, they fetch at upkeep. Just going to tap the forest again. If they want to attack with Factory, that's fine. We need something for this Factory. They find a Plains. Are they hard casting a Terravore? Would love for them to tap out, so that way they can't activate Factory for Innocent Blood. 1, 2, 3, 4 though. Wasteland, that's huge. Definitely going to hit their Factory. Tap a forest. So now if they want to just cast the Terravore and see what happens, still nothing. Another Innocent Blood. Do we run out Braids here and start? I mean, it'll trigger Oath. They're at 36 cards. I think we just chill, honestly. I don't know how many Terravores they have in hand. I don't know if they're like trying to not cast them. There's a Sphere. Okay. I think we just save this for a man land. I'm just going to keep tapping down their lands. Down the forests. This is brutal, though. This is the only reason they're like still in the game. Rashad Port. Okay, definitely going to hit that. They tap our port. Draw Powder Keg. Let's hit their port. It pings them too, so they're down to 12. So they can't really Oath too comfortably. Or Sylvan Library, I mean. Powder Keg doesn't hit this, but it hits Mox Diamond and Sphere. Also Terravor. I mean, maybe we want to be triggering... I think we want to be triggering their oaths, maybe, to mill them out. All right, there's a Terravor. So they're over it. We're going to say no. Darksin Arena. Cast Innocent Blood. We'll Powder Keg. So because we know we're going to Innocent Blood, I don't think we do it. But again, maybe we try to mill them out. They're at 32 cards in deck, though. Oh, Wasteland. That's annoying. We'll take this up. Rain of Tears. Just hit their Forest. We could have kept this at 0 to hit their Mox Diamond. Okay, they have the Naturalize anyway. Yeah, we could have kept that at 0 to hit that. It's fine. This taxes them as well. Maybe it was right to hit the Mox, actually. Another Terravor? Call the Herd. I think we do it now. Oh, no. We milled all these cards. Ah, double Smother. Well, that sucks. And another Braids. Okay, well, that was not good. Wow. Okay. So after all of that, now we only have 4 turns left. Should have just said no. Yeah, damn. They Wasteland us. Get them for 3. I don't think we can win now. Can't believe that milled us for 30. That's so unlucky. We should have just said no. Mishra's Factory. Yes, Braids. We're not going to be able to deal 12 damage in 3 turns, though. They sack the Sphere. Especially if they have another Terravor, yeah. And they can just sack lands and kill us. Yeah, damn. Alright, again, a pretty tough matchup. At least game 1, but they had the nuts turn 1 and turn 2. So let's bring in all of this like we usually do. We have these 6 we want to bring in. Contagion comes out. They got 2 Icequake, 2 Rain of Tears, and 2 Contagion, and we'll try that. Alright, game 2. We'll try this. We have the Wasteland for man lands. We have Dark Ritual for some land destruction. Just hopefully they don't have the Mox into friggin' Oath or Sylvan Library again. Mishra's Factory. Ugh, Mox Diamond. This is so annoying. Sphere of Resistance. Okay. Could be worse. So let's go Wasteland. Hit the Factory. You can just slow them down. Brushland. Play the Swamp. Pass. Oh, no lands for them. Okay. Arena. Go Factory. Dark Ritual. Arena. It's tempting to blow up their Brushland because they're not making their land drops, but I mean, hopefully they don't have the Naturalize here. Sylvan Library. Okay. So we get to draw 2 cards a turn. Still no... Damn. Still no land. Let's cast Dark Ritual, and we'll hit their land. That sucks we didn't hit a land drop there. I really don't want to waste the rituals if I can help it. But again, this is like their best start. Mox Diamond into Library, End Sphere, Factory. As long as they don't have Oath, which we're not going to trigger anyway, so it's fine. Oh my god, still no land. So let's duress. I really don't want to waste another Dark Ritual. Armageddon. Alright, we're going to take the Armageddon. They're 2 turns from casting it, but I really don't want to get Armageddoned. They have the Terravor in hand also, so they could Terravor into Armageddon at some point. But we've missed on lands in the top 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Come on, lands. And they poured us too. Dude, what is this? This is wild. Yeah, we just miss. I mean, if we're going to lose a match, I guess this is the way we're going to lose it. Just missing lands like 7 cards deep. They're making their land drops with Library. Yeah, now they just hit us. Get them for 2. And they poured us. This is insane. Just no lands. We're literally a third through our deck and we've seen 4 lands. Discard, Demon, and land. They don't have to do anything. They can just keep attacking with Factory and porting us, and then we just lose. They can also just cast Terravor here. Oh, another Sphere, okay. Into port, yep. There's a land. Oh, we can't even cast anything. We need 3 mana now. Get rid of Braids. We have like 3 turns. Activate Factory. Make it a 3/3. Go to 10, go to 9. They port us. Draw another land. Wait, what? Oh man, it like F's... I don't know what happened. Apparently it just skipped my turn, so... Very unlucky game. Alright, so that was Mono Black Ponza in Premodern. So that league started off really well, going 3-0, and then we ended up missing our land drops or mulliganing to really awkward 5s. Pretty unfortunate, but that's magic. So when the deck was actually firing on all cylinders, we felt really strong. As long as we hit our land drops, hit those land destruction spells, and just kind of did the thing, we felt pretty unbeatable. The downside to this deck, like you guys saw, is if we draw the wrong half. So if we just draw all land destruction or just no land destruction and we're just kind of floundering there, we're just like a pretty mediocre black deck. Sometimes it was fine that we draw all land destruction, but then they're still making their land drops, and it gets awkward from there. I think 12 land destruction cards felt pretty good. I liked boarding out some just for some more targeted sideboard hate, so I think that's some good interaction there. Otherwise, I'd say the biggest downside to this deck is 0 enchantment hate. We faced a lot of enchantments. Pretty much every deck this league had some really strong enchantments that we just couldn't deal with. The only way to deal with them is to duress them and just destroy the land so they can't cast them, but that's not always going to work out. But overall, really fun deck. If you're into land destruction, I definitely say give this one a go. But that'll do it for me. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you want to see more pre-modern content like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you next time. Peace.